Okay, Dr. Murray, Uncivilized Vitality, and we're going to talk today about pirate makers and how to not end up like this. Okay, so let's talk about pirate makers. Pirate makers are these little twigs that are in the forest, and you can't really see them, especially when the sun's on a low angle. Sorry about the wind. And they can get you right in the eye. I've been poked in the eye before in the woods at dusk or at night. Patrick suffered a lacerated cornea a few years ago from a frozen blade of grass coming down the hill sledding. But protecting your eyes is something you don't hear a lot about out in the when you're out in the forest. There's not a lot of bushcraft expertise or survivalists that talk about eye care. So generally when you're in the woods, the simplest thing to do is to wear a hat. And typically the soft brim of your hat will protect you from, as you're walking through, from things poking you in the eye, the brim of your hat. So that's one way you can do it. Otherwise, you're going to want to keep your hand up when you go through the forest. But there are, beyond just putting your hand up and being careful, sometimes you have to walk through the forest at night, or we do a nocturnal hike or bushwhacking in the dark. You got to be able to protect your eyes. It's not just from getting poked. So from getting poked, there's a couple things you could do. One, you could just wear a pair of shooting glasses or safety glasses. These are just a pair of Milwaukee safety glasses. If I'm going to be out in the woods at night bushwhacking, I will bring a pair of safety glasses if I don't have my other glasses, so that I don't get poked in the eye. Okay? These are also, obviously, eye pro is required when you're shooting your firearms. You can even go so far as to put on a full mask. Look at that. Not going to get my eyes that way, but a little scary at night. Jill's not a big fan of that. So typically, if I'm walking through the woods at night, I'll keep my hands up or wear a safety glass or my hat. Other ways I protect my eyes are because I wear contacts and I use reading glasses for up close work. Sometimes these will work if I'm doing something that might throw like napping some stone or doing some sawing or axe chopping. I'll put my readers on if I don't have safety glasses. That kind of protects my eyes a little bit that way. Also having something to clean my hand when I take my contact lenses in and out. Although if we're only gone for 1 or 2 nights, I'll just leave them in. If I do go for more than that, I need to bring my actual glasses and take my contacts out. Make sure that you include a hard-sided case. There's nothing worse than rolling over on your eyeglasses at night and crushing them. Okay, and then not being able to see very well. When that happens, sometimes it's nice to have a small pair of micro binoculars along. I've been in the woods before and broken my glasses, lost my glasses, and I had a small pair of binoculars. I can see up close, but since I'm nearsighted, I can't do much past about 10 feet. Things get fuzzy. So I would use the glasses, the binoculars, to navigate my way out. I can see something distant. That second fuzzy tree, I walk toward that sort of thing. So having a pair of binoculars along can help. Besides having your reading glasses, a hard shell for your eyeglasses, and something to clean your hands when you're touching and moving your eyes, it's always good to have a pair of sunglasses. It's a little dark to show this now, but one of the things you want to protect your eyes from, besides impact or dirty hands, is too bright a sun, or the albedo, the shine off of water or snow, can cause snow blindness, kind of burn your retinas. So always having a pair of sunglasses in the winter and summer with you is a good idea. Okay. Another way to protect your eyes are swimming goggles. If you're going to be in the water, right, and you don't want to open your eyes underwater and get debris or other contaminants in your eyes, having a pair of swim goggles, if you plan on getting in the water, is a good idea. It also helps if you're wearing contact lenses, so when you open your eyes underwater, your contacts don't get washed out. All right, so consider, if you're going to be in the water, taking a pair of water goggles. Something you can do if you're really serious about being out in the woods, protecting your eyes out in the woods, and you're going to be out there, and you have to rely on your glasses a lot because you don't see well, like myself. This is something I've done. I went and got a pair of impact-resistant, basically unbreakable sports goggles. So these are the type that go on with an elastic strap, not just the temples that sit on my ears. These go on with an elastic strap and they're held tight. They breathe a little bit. They do provide some safety glass measure, but these are also prescription. So these are the same as my eyeglasses or my contact lenses. So this is something that I always have in the bottom of my, well, I usually leave it in the Jeep because I have my eyeglasses or my contacts with me. And having these prescription unbreakable sports impact goggles or glasses is some way I always have a little peace of mind. I know these are back in the Jeep because, like I said, I've sat on or broken my glasses too many times to count in the woods. And instead of having to feel my way from tree to tree and then squint through my binoculars and make it another 20 feet, which is ridiculous and somewhat life-threatening, I guess, but I made it out. In order to avoid that and avoid pirate makers, I take my eye pro with me in some form or another every time I go out in the woods. Protect me from water, glare from the sun off the water or the snow, little bits of debris getting in when I'm using the axe or the saw or shooting firearms, when we're chipping stone or doing any kind of craft, and especially at night in the dark in the woods, so I don't get stabbed in the eye and end up one-eyed. So that's all I have. A little quick video about eye pro. My wife is getting cold because it is still winter in Michigan, even though we don't have much snow left, and it's a balmy 35 degrees out today. Feels fine. Leave a comment below. What do you do for eye pro? Have you ever thought about that before? Is that something you're going to work into your kit? Let us know what you do for eye pro. Also, share, subscribe, like, turn on the notifications if you're already a subscriber, because that's very important to help the algorithm. And Rendell wants me to tell you to buy us a coffee. So go to our buy a coffee link, floating in the woods up here above me. Check out that. That helps keep the channel going and help us make more content, and really just helps support the Uncivilized Living Foundation so I can get other people out in the woods. All right, that's it.